Hello my pussycats and welcome back to my channel. I don't do tags often because I think they're extremely cringy. However, this one has been going around YouTube the past week or two and it's kind of cute and it's kind of funny. I was listening to the Jenna and Julian podcast yesterday. They did this on their podcast. It was amazing. I really enjoyed it. So I thought to myself, why not do the same thing for the pussycats? I went to Instagram early this morning and I asked you guys to submit your assumptions. I got a lot. If you guys want to be a part of the next video I do with you guys, be sure to follow me on Instagram, and that's where you can see me outreach for questions, comments, things I need for videos. If you want to be one of the first people notified every time I post a new video, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Finally, I am on Patreon. It is the easiest and I think most rewarding way to support me. I've got amazing tiers with amazing perks, some of which allow me to talk to you guys on a really personal level, and I truly do enjoy that because I don't have friends. So I will put the link in the description for you. But really though, how have you guys been doing? I've been doing really well. I started a new medication about a little over a week ago. It seems to be going very well. I feel fine. I don't feel sick. I can come, which was a very big problem with the last antidepressant I was on. So hopefully things stay this way because I feel great. I feel really happy, but not too happy because that's also a problem for me. Let's get on with the assumption. I am going to keep these anonymous because I did not specify in the post that I can see your names on these, and you might not have known that. So, no names today, sorry. First assumption, let's go. You like to read. I don't read books, if that's the context that you're speaking on. I'm not a person to sit down and read a book. It's not something that I find entertaining. But I do enjoy reading and researching things, looking stuff up, falling into deep dark holes. Not always dark, but deep informational holes, you know what I'm talking about. So I like to read stuff online. Books though, no. You're actually quite shy and introverted in person. I am very shy and very introverted, but I'm good at integrating into social situations, if that makes sense. I usually just fake it until I make it and then everything's fine. You sometimes feel lonely and wish you had more friends to hang out with, even though you say you don't. Yes and no. Sometimes I do feel like that, sometimes I don't. It's just kind of like a day-to-day basis. Normally though, I am fine alone. Sometimes I do want to hang out with someone and I get lonely, but it only lasts for a little minute. Your hemorrhoids are turning into fissures. False. I have had an anal fissure, but my hemorrhoids are doing just fine. I assume you've gotten over your binge eating. I have mostly. It's still an aspect of my life that was really prominent when I was growing up, but now it's gotten a little bit easier to manage as an adult. So it still pops in every now and then, but way less frequent. It used to be like a more days than not thing. You aren't as sexual as you portray yourself in your videos. That is not true. I am just as sexual as I am outside of my videos than I am when I'm in my videos. It's just my sense of humor. I also really enjoy sex, so yeah, it's not a facade. I would say though I'm more susceptible to not be talking about sex when I'm off camera, just because I like talking about it on camera because I think it's funny. Like myself, you love the sight of yourself in makeup, but find it a real fuck off bore chore to apply. I actually really like applying makeup. It's the opposite for me. I love applying makeup, but I usually don't like how it looks on me. Although lately, I've really been into makeup, and as you guys have probably noticed, I've been wearing it more often, but that's just a whim of the moment thing. I don't know how long that's gonna last. Usually I don't like how I look in makeup. You hug and give kisses on the cheeks to your friends. Sometimes, if we're really close friends, then we'll do like a little mwah mwah moment. I definitely hug my friends though. I'm a big hugger. I will grin and bear through a handshake, but I really want to hug. You hate really greasy pizza. That is true. I will take a napkin and pat it over the grease because I just don't want to eat it. I assume that you can't wait for FFS, but also dreading it. I'm actually not dreading it. I'm not scared of surgery. I'm not scared to go under. I'm a little bit nervous about the recovery and what that's gonna be like and how I'm gonna feel and if I'll be in pain and stuff like that. But dreading it, definitely not the case. I'm actually really, really excited for it. I assume you have never been in a fight. That is true. I have never been in a fight. No one's ever tried to fight me. I kind of want someone to at this point. It's like, come on, I'm 22 years old. Give me something to work with. I assume you're into VR porn. Yes and no. So I've never actually watched VR porn, but I am interested in purchasing a VR headset so that I can watch VR porn. I'm like on the bridge. I'm on the way to that. You're actually a cisgendered woman. I wish, but no, that is not the case. Blogger mom is your real identity. Kind of. A lot of the elements that I put into Vlogger Mom are very much like my personality, but the things that Vlogger Mom does are not things that I would actually do if I had children. But the whole vibe and persona of that character, I possess a lot of those traits. Not all of them, not the negative ones, but the positive ones. You're actually very introverted in day-to-day life. That is very true. I don't leave my apartment that much. People will fucking hate me. It kind of plays a part, but I also really just like being at home. I feel like if I was cis, I would still want to be at home. You smoke weed every day. That is true. I do smoke weed every day. As of late though, I have switched to only smoking it before I go to bed. So hopefully I can keep on that pattern because it seems to be really effective for me, combined with going to bed early and waking up early. Those two things have really helped me a lot. You're a deep feeler emotionally. Every moment and gesture has a meaning to you. That is 100% true. The smallest things. And I'm not talking about like stereotypical, like, oh my God, it's like the smallest things that matter. I'm talking about like the literal, like smallest things. I am always paying attention, and people will do like really small things and they can mean so much to me, and I will never forget it, ever. That you think astrology is bullshit. It's really hard for me to feed into something that doesn't have proof and is not always applicable. Basically, I go along with it because it's like a meme at this point. Not that people don't take it seriously, but like it's just something that's so common in this day and age, is talking about like your sign and people blaming like certain traits of themselves on their sign. I mean, I think it's something that people like to do, and it's funny, and a lot of the times it's like very in sync, but I think it's a load of shit. You're secretly Jeffree Star. I am not, but I would love to meet them one day. You have a prolapsed rectum. That is correct. This hole's blown out. You low-key want to top Leighton at some point. That is true, but he won't let me. I've asked. Your IQ is at least 174. That is false. My IQ is 168. You're severely depressed. That is true. I was recently diagnosed with major depressive disorder, so yes, you could say I'm severely depressed, but getting better on my new medicine. You seem like the kind of gal that is really dominating when having sex. Sometimes. I like both. I like being dominant, but I also like being submissive. You're actually a virgin. If you saw my booty hole, you wouldn't ask that question. You would prefer to fight one horse-sized duck rather than fight 100 duck-sized horses. True. I had to think about it. True. She's lying about her meat slong. That thing is big. I wish. Next one, you have a big dick. Again, I wish I did. I do not. You've watched the entirety of Naruto. That is not true. I do really like anime, but I have not watched that anime in its entirety. However, I really love Kakiguri. I've watched that anime through, but I have not watched season 2, and it's not on Netflix, but people are saying it's online, even though it's a Netflix original. So like, explain that to me. I also love Ghost in the Shell, the anime movie. That's one of my favorite movies. You kind of seem like you have a fetish for shit, girl. That is false. I can openly and honestly say that I do not have a fetish for shit. You still wear diapers when Leighton's at work. That is not true. He actually asked me to throw them away because they were creeping him out, and I still have like 20 in there, so I'm kind of sad about it. Sometimes I do want to put one on when he's at work, but it's just not an option anymore. I assume your team hashtag foreskin. If you're asking if I have foreskin, the answer is no. If you're asking if I have a problem with foreskin, the answer is no. I have experienced circumcised and non-circumcised penises. Doesn't matter to me, they all taste like shit. I assume that you're a strong swimmer. I want to be, but I don't think I am. I also don't swim regularly, so I'm really not sure. I've just never trained to like swim or really like push myself to be a strong swimmer, but I have a very long wingspan, so I think by default I actually might be a strong swimmer. I don't know though. I assume you had a weird time in middle school. I did have a weird time in middle school. I started becoming accepted by my peers in 7th grade because I just started doing weird shit, and like, but in a funny way. Like everyone thought I was funny. I also came out in 6th grade, so like around that time, like people were starting to accept me, and all the boys realized I didn't want to put my dick in their booty holes, so they were starting to like be friends with me. It was a very accepting period, but also a really weird period because I was just weird, and I was like starting to feel like I fit in, but I really didn't fit in. People were just like tolerating me. You're a stoner girl. I can appreciate some of the aesthetics of like being a stoner. Like I like the vibe sometimes, I like the look. It's not my desired aesthetic. However, I really have this weird obsession with girls who smoke weed but don't look like they smoke weed. That's really hard to explain. I'll do my best. So when I was younger, my first job I ever had, I worked with this girl. She was a hostess. She was absolutely gorgeous. I'll never forget. Her name was Leah Catherine, and she was so beautiful. Like I'm talking like just so gorgeous. Huge eyes, big lips, long, healthy, dark brown hair. Perfect body. Like she was just beautiful, and she was the biggest fucking stoner I've ever met in my life. Like wake and bake, eat and bake, go to sleep and bake, poop and bake, like just always high. But she just didn't give off the stereotypical like stoner vibe, and that was something that was so alluring to me. Like she looked so classy and just like the most put together person you would never think, but she was the biggest stoner. I've always like admired that. I don't know why. I really like that for some reason. When you say you're gonna go live on Twitch but don't, it's because you're having an off day. That is true. I have off days a lot. It's just days where like I can't get my brain together. I can't muster up the energy to do anything, and I'll say stuff because it's what I've planned and it's what's in my head and I know it's what I want to do, but then I just can't fulfill it. So that is exactly what happens. You hit it on the head. You get hit on a ton. I get hit on a ton by creepy men in my Instagram DMs. In the real world, I think I'm normal. Like people will hit on me sometimes, but it's not like an overwhelming or like strangely large amount of people. I think I'm pretty normal. That you have a gain green pussy. But please listen to how they spelt it. They spelt it gain, G-A-I-N, and then the word green. Like gain green. Just a little, but not a lot. This is my favorite one out of all of them. It's simply 2 words. This just says big nips. Like they just, like imagine someone was going through my story and they saw, hey, I'm making a video, tell me your assumptions. And they just go, big nips. You probably used to be angry at the world and still are to some degree. I will admit that. I used to be very angry with the world, and I am still angry with the world. I'm still mad that I got picked to be trans. Like, why me? I don't know. I wish that was not the case. My life would be a lot easier. However, I've turned it into a positive because I get to help people. So it's a good thing. But if given the option, I would choose to have the world be a lot nicer to me, because y'all mean. But you are very educated and read a lot. In your vids, you speak with a good articulation. Thank you. I would say that I'm very educated. I did not go to college. However, I feel as though I feel very fulfilled. I feel like I have a good understanding of my surroundings, and I'm able to articulate my points clearly. So I'm glad that you can enjoy that. You're great with kids, but you don't like to admit it. I think I'm great with kids too. Kids love me, and I think kids are so precious, but only for a few hours. Like literally after 3 hours, I'm like, oh, okay, back to your mom. But yeah, I think I'm good with kids. I've never had one like start crying. I love holding babies. I love like soothing babies. Like if a baby's crying, I'm like, give it to me. And I'll just like hold it on my shoulder and like hop around and like hum and like, I don't know. I'm not afraid to admit it. I just really love babies. They're so cute. I can't wait to have my own. I assume you secretly stan a lot of trans YouTubers. I can appreciate other trans YouTubers, but I don't watch a lot of YouTube in general. I really don't stan stan anyone on YouTube, if that makes sense. And the final assumption, you miss doing hardcore drugs. I'm glad we ended on this because I want to share a little experience. So as someone who did hardcore drugs at one point, probably over the course of a year, that was when I was like 18, I have to say that I really enjoyed it. It didn't get to a point where it became an issue, so I don't associate any negative feelings or emotions towards that time of my life, which in turn results in a lot of cravings for that stuff today. So I still have cravings to like go do a line of coke or something, but I stop myself because I know I'm at a point in my life where that's just not something that I could handle. And I don't know if I could ever get to a point where I could handle that. I do miss it though, because it was fun. So that's it. Some of your assumptions were very, very spot on. Some of them were very, very spot off, like the big nips thing. I like letting you in on my life and I like letting you know personal things about me because I like when other YouTubers do that and other people that I follow. So that's what I wanted to do today. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you had a good time, and I hope this video was a way for you to just escape, relax, chill, laugh, something positive. I hope I had a positive impact on you today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. And one more thing before I go, don't put marbles in your asshole, because I tried it and there's still a marble inside of me. I don't know where it went. It could be lost forever. I'll keep you updated, but I don't know. It's probably never coming back. Okay, bye. I love you so much. Bye.